Our recording is in progress. Oh, we got a couple of minutes. Let's see who shows up. Hello, hello, everybody. This is the Contagious Confidence class. And I'm excited to be doing this. Going to give a few minutes, get some people online here, and then we shall begin. Hello, everybody. I am Coach Christine Clark. My company is Sunglow Transformation, and this is a Forging Life free class on contagious confidence. So glad you're here. Happy to see you. And we're going to talk about contagious confidence, how to create it, how to live it, and what is in this for all of us. I'm going to close some of these excess windows here so we got a good clear shot. And just want to let you know that for those of you who were not able to be on, we are going to save this as being recorded so you can have the link and watch it anytime. And we'll of course post this to YouTube and make it available, be able to get it up on LinkedIn, those kinds of things. So glad to have you here with me today. And confidence is one of those things that is really just relevant, present, and it's been showing up a lot. So I thought, let's do this. Let's share some of this piece. So I'm going to do a screen share here and begin the PowerPoint presentation so I can talk right along with you. And we're just going to start right here. Share. There we go. All right. You can see it. Okay. Contagious confidence, to be able to freely and confidently flow forward into your inspired dreams. That is what we're about today, to be able to create that confidence that allows you, propels you to move forward, to stay in sync with your stuff. And won't it be great when you just have that feeling of, yes, and you can take on the world. When we are in our confidence stride, there is nothing like it. The adrenaline, the giddiness, the happiness, and confidence just allows us to do so much. It's a huge door that's open rather than being shuttered or closed down or tight because we're afraid or because we're unsure, because we can't make a decision and we don't know what the outcome is. So maybe, stop with the outcome. That's kind of what we're talking about. So what is confidence? Good question. What is confidence? For me, confidence is an inner knowing. It's a quietness. And I would ask each of you to, before you go further, pause, stop the video, and ask yourself, what do I think confidence is? What does it mean to me? How do I associate with that word confidence? What does it look like? Confidence it's a surety. It's a state of certainty. It's knowing that you know what you know, and you're going to move forward. And that is just a lovely piece. It is also a firm trust. And I think about confidence, not just, confidence in ourselves, trusting ourselves, but trusting others. You can have somebody that you believe in, but if you have confidence in that person, then there is a firm trust. It's a little bit higher level. Confident, I'm absolutely sure you're going to be able to perform, do X, Y, or Z. And it's lovely when you can do that for yourself as well. Surety, having a state of certainty. There we go. Self-assurance. And this is the calm knowing that I associate with confidence. It's an inner guiding compass. It's a centering. It's not frantic. It's not doing it because I believe that I'm better than anybody else. That's not confidence. It's just knowing what you're knowing, good with who you are. And it's that calm, knowing, self-assurance, centered peace. I got this. And that's what we want. Engaged in forward motion. Confidence means that you are in motion, that you are taking actionable steps, that you are reaching out, making your phone calls, that you're looking for places to speak if you're a speaker, that you're reaching out to have coffee with new clients if you're in the financial services or the insurance industry. If you are in direct sales, it means finding places where you can show and tell your product. If you are a small business, it means that you are marketing your business, that you're showing up, that you have hours that are posted and people know how to find you. Confidence is engaged forward motion. Nothing happens when you are unsure, when you are indecisive, when you're in your own head and you're just not showing up. If you're showing up at all, you've got a good piece of confidence already. Remember that. Insecurity and doubt. Those are the pieces that wreck our self-confidence. And life happens, right? Insecurity and doubt, the first thing is that life happens. You know, one moment you're the rock star and the next moment you're cowering in a corner. It is life. We can be just so sure and so on it, and we've got skills and talents. And the thing about confidence is it's different depending on what you're doing. As a mom, as a parent, most of the time I had pretty good confidence in how I was managing my kids, how I was taking care of the household, staying ahead of it. I am a rock star when it comes to quartermaster duties and bringing in the goods and staying ahead of, you know, not running out of stuff and not having too much stuff. Those are things. And I sit down with someone to work on my financial portfolio book, look at my insurances, look at what I have in place. And it's like, I just go brain dead. It's like, this is not my field. I don't understand all this. And I have to ask people, repeat it, because it's just not where my brain is. It's not the training I've had. And I have a hard time understanding all of it. So there are areas where we have a lot of surety, a lot of knowledge and confidence. And then there's areas where we don't. Nobody is a rock star in all aspects of life, and nobody sucks in all aspects of life. Okay. And even when you are in flow and you are doing what you know, and you have that confidence, you have that surety, you're staying in motion, life can still disrupt. I mean, the big, huge thing was 2020, like everything disrupted. And now we're trying to find our feet and figure it out again after this shutdown and change. And we're still trying to figure each other out. Mask, no mask. Are you ready to meet in person? And just, it surprises me when I'm out and about that I notice what other people are and aren't doing just a little more. And the good part of that is everybody gets to be themselves and operate in a lane that's comfortable for you. So anyway, that's a little side view. So insecurity and doubt. My own experience with insecurity and doubt was, I was back in direct sales and I had a week where I had 6 parties on the books that week. And one party after another canceled, and this person called, and this person canceled, and that person canceled, and that current, and my self-esteem and my energy just, I melted, and I ended up curled up on the floor in my bedroom, just bawling because it was supposed to be such a wonderful week, and it had all fallen apart. And then the phone rang, and it was a hostess wondering where the heck I was. I had forgotten about that 6th party. And that shredded me, cut me absolutely to the frickin' bone. And it was hard. It was a deep wound, totally blew whatever confidence I had. So causes of insecurity and doubt. Rejection is one of them, real or perceived. We can have people tell us that we're no good. We can have people say, you know, it's nothing personal, but I think your hairstyle sucks, right? And we can have people also just not call us back, not show up, not respond. And then our own head talk decides that that's rejection. They don't like us. They don't want my service. They don't whatever. And we build on that. So rejection is one of the causes of insecurity and doubt. And it can be real, or it can also just be our own head talk getting in the way and making it perceived. Then there's the social anxiety. We live in a society that idolizes wealth and beauty and power. And it's very easy for us to not feel like we're successful enough, to not feel like we're beautiful enough, to not feel like we are anything enough, that we're just not making, you know, matching up, making it work. And that causes us insecurity when we look around, and instead of just paying attention to what we are, what we're doing in our own lane, but we play the comparison game. And it's all over society, everywhere. And of course, that plays into the perfectionism. You know, when we expect ourselves to look great, show up well, be on it all the time, and that perfectionism really sets us up for a fall. In the social anxiety too, we have our families and those people around us and school friends and pals, and we are molded to a great extent by what's happening around us. And when we have families that tell us that, well, you know, you always spend too much time in the bathroom, you always freak out, you always are, you always this. And it really plants seeds of we're not good, we can't handle it, we are not right enough. And so that feeds into our own personal doubts, personal insecurities. And it's rampant. Nobody's outside of that. It's a human experience. And then there's traumatic experience. When something terrible, awful happens. For me, in that direct sales week where everybody canceled and then the last lady wondered where I was, that was a traumatic experience, because my self, what I knew is I would never, ever miss an appointment. I would never be late. And if anything happened, I would communicate with people. I was just very much on it in that way. And to not be on it in that way, to realize how far off my mental, emotional being had been, that I actually forgot about a party. It was probably worse than the 5 cancellations leading up to that. It took a piece out of who I thought I was. A traumatic experience is one of those things that can embed deep insecurity into us. And so what's the fallout? Well, fallout is that 20 years ago, for me, I would shut down. I would stop doing my phone calls. I would stop reaching out. I wouldn't do customer service. And all because I had this idea built from the experience that nobody wanted what I had, that for some reason I wasn't enough. I wasn't showing up well. I wasn't pretty enough. My verbiage wasn't, my procedure wasn't right, whatever it was. I had created the image in my head that I couldn't be successful. And so instead of continuing to be in action, I pulled back, I retreated. What is your personal experience? When have you had your confidence fail? When have you wrestled with these things? And what were your fallouts? What were the costs of what happened? One of the big fallouts of having our insecurities and doubts is stress. It is so much more stressful when we are second guessing everything we do, when we are always having to rethink, always having to put ourselves second, always having to get up the courage to do what we're going to do. And then maybe it goes well, yay, or maybe it doesn't. And then we have to start over again. Stress is a big piece of the fallout from having doubt, having insecurities, and having them dominate. We stall out. We stop doing what we're supposed to do. It gets harder and harder to just maintain the business, to maintain our lives, if we are in severe doubt. And then there's a low self-esteem spiral, losing confidence, and then we feed off of all the negativity, and I'm not enough, and I can't do this, and never it's going to work out, and no matter how much I try or what I do, yeah, right? So that low self-esteem spiral. So what we want to do is build confidence, and then build contagious confidence. Get ourselves to a point where we have some resiliency, where we are strong, where we can handle the buffs, the bumps, and we can roll forward. That's what we really want to have. So the first thing is allow yourself to get good at the new thing. Every time you step out to learn how to do something, or to start a new business, or to expand your business, or to talk to a new avenue of people, or market a new product, or bring a new product to the thing, to the market, some way that you're serving people. Even when you get married, even when you have kids, even when you step into a classroom, or you go to an art class and to learn how to paint or do pottery, there's always going to be a learning curve. And you have to allow yourself to get good at the new thing. Understanding that your efficiency, your talent, your skill level is going to come up in a curve is what you want to understand. You're going to start here. And then as you go, you're going to get better and better, better. But know that it's a process. Put the perfectionism piece aside and focus on what's in front of you and learn it. Learn the ropes. The next thing to building contagious confidence: practice, train, learn. Learn the ropes. You got to practice it, you got to train, and you learn, and you keep going. Allowing yourself to feel, I think, is probably one of the biggest pieces of building contagious confidence. When we don't hit our markers, when somebody rejects us by saying, no, I don't want your service, when we make a mistake, like forgetting the appointment, there is a blow to our ego. There is pain associated with that. There is regret. There is hurt. And there is that piece that I am not who I think I am or should be. And all of the emotions that come when we get those blows to our confidence are very much real. And you have to allow yourself to feel it. So many of us decide that I shouldn't be embarrassed. I shouldn't feel guilty. I shouldn't regret. I shouldn't hurt. I shouldn't cry. because of X, Y, or Z. And so we put a cap on it, we put a cork on it, we numb it, we push it aside, we don't actually deal with it. And a emotion stuffed will last forever. But if you allow yourself to feel what is there, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how debilitating it might feel in the moment, or how it might feel like it's dragging you down, the truth is that when you feel it and you allow yourself to feel it, it will flow through your body, and then you will let it go. It goes through and out. So feeling what's happening is one of the biggest pieces of building contagious confidence. Is when those mistakes happen, when life happens, allow yourself to feel what is, and then move on. Acknowledge that setbacks are normal. They are normal. Everybody's going to have setbacks no matter what you do. It's part of business. It's part of our lives. There is no way of building to a significant level, to live your significant life, to call in that dream, unless there are setbacks. If you were given a magic carpet that floated you all the way to the peak of the mountain and dropped you off there, you would say, yay, I made it. And you'd breathe a couple breaths and it would be fantastic for about 5 minutes. And then it would all disintegrate because you would not have the strength or the resiliency or the knowledge to maintain it. Setbacks are normal and part of the growing process. You want to confirm your strength and resilience. This is huge. Because this is something I deal with my clients quite frequently. It comes up again and again. We are where we are because we have already made it here. And people will want to cling to what didn't happen, what didn't go right, how big the mistake was, and how awful it felt. And what they don't realize is that even though it feels shitty, at some point they stand up, they brush their knees off, and they take a step forward. And in that process of falling down, getting hurt, skin on our knees, and standing back up, you have built strength and you have built resiliency. And that's to be celebrated. Too often we hang on to what happened that wasn't what you wanted, rather than recognizing that you've made it and you got up again and you're still in motion. So that's the piece that's really, really important. And I coach people on this all the time, basically. Share that. So confirming your strengths and your resilience is really one of the huge keys to building contagious confidence. Recognize that you are where you are because you've already built strength and confidence. And you can handle the emotional outcome of whatever you face. When you get to the point where you can look at your customer, you can say, this is what we're going to do. This is my offer. We do this, this, and this, and this is how much it costs. And you have zero energy on whether they say, yeah, let's come work together, or no, that isn't for me. Then you have zero, then you are good. You're confident in where you're at. And that's what is really important, to be able to know, no matter what happens, you're good. Building that emotional muscle, knowing that no matter what happens, I am going to survive this and I'm going to be better for it. That in itself is a huge confident booster and allows you to step out and explore what's available to you and call in that destiny that you're wanting. My mouse is getting rid. So you can handle the emotional outcome of whatever you face. That's the really, really big part. And knowing that, how do I know that? How can I know that, Christine? Because you're here now. You've already been through it. You've already done it. And you're not alone. You have people around you that are your support system. You've got your coach. You've got your community, your network. You've got people in your corner. You've got your family. You've got all kinds of customers, clients, people that work with you that know that you've got this and that you can do this. And when you are doing, being, having within a community, there's nothing you can't survive. So lean into that piece that you can handle the emotional outcome of whatever you face. And when you know that sink, swim, or tread water, it's going to be okay, that is probably one of the biggest emotional boosts to your confidence ever. So maintaining the confidence. Embrace you. Embrace everything that is about you. Your core elements, those key talents, gifts, skills that are yours, that ensure absolutely that you have what it takes to build the life you want. Look at the traits that you have, your characteristics. These are uniquely yours, and they create the whole of you, and again, confirm that you've got this. Embrace your passions and your joys. What do you love in life? Spend time doing that. Confidence is living a full life and enjoying it. So being attuned to what you love and what makes you tick, and doing that for yourself and taking time with those kinds of things, that's really huge. Challenge the inner critic. This is absolutely key, very important. You have to push back against that negative head talk. When that voice comes up and tells you that this is the 5,000th time you've done it and you've never succeeded before, what makes you think you're going to succeed now? Say, stop. I don't need you. I'm doing this because I can. When that head talk comes up and says, what makes you think you can? Or, you know, this isn't going to work. Or nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention, nobody's going to show up. What do you care? It's like, look, head, I don't need that. That doesn't serve me, and I'm showing up regardless. That's the pushback against that negative head talk. Third thing to maintain confidence is to receive. I started into this coaching journey after getting into coaching, receiving coaching, plugging into programs, and changed my own relationship with my business and myself. And then I started using all the stuff around me with the people around me. And my team I could coach. Now the women at the parties were outside that inner circle. And I would watch. I did a little thing at the end of the shows called a compliment time. Woman receiving compliments, all she was allowed to say was thank you. And the women giving compliments, they were supposed to give, a sincere compliment. And I saw how easily women deflected the compliments that came to them. And I saw how some women really had a hard time giving sincere connectional compliments. And I wanted to reach in and turn up their self-esteem volume bubble and knob, and I was just in the wrong uniform. Hence that led to becoming a coach several years later. But Receiving. Receive what comes your way when someone tells you that you did a good job, when someone says they admire you, when someone tells you, wow, you got the highest rating we've seen in a long time. Receive it. Take it and take it into and says, thank you. I received that. Internalize that. Maintaining confidence needs to allow, to maintain confidence, you have to allow yourself to accept the accolades that come your way. You have to say, yes, thank you, and hold on to it. Don't deflect it. Don't reject it. Don't discount it. Receive it. Huge. Plug into positive people and environments. Of course. To be positive, to stay in confidence and keep your energy up, hang out with the eagles. Don't run around clucking with the chickens. Plug into positive people and environments. Plug into people that excite your mind, your brain, your heart. Plug into environments that are lively, that are positive, that are happy, that are expressive of what you value. That's hugely important. And then you also have to, on the counter side, release. Release people and circumstances that don't serve you. Don't hang out with the people that are always tearing you down, tearing everybody around them down. Don't spend time in environments where people are just getting by, where people express verbally that nothing more or anything good can come of X, Y, or Z. Be aware of the language, both spoken and body language, and just the energy of the places and the people where you're at. And if they are uplifting, stay, plug in, get more. If they are degrading, even if they are not necessarily directly degrading of you, but they're degrading of other people, it's degrading. Pick someplace else to plug into. And then the last, affirm yourself and your progress daily. This is huge. There is a thing called the mirror exercise, and I will attach it, see if I can attach it to this video, but it's taking time at the end of the day, couple of minutes, looking yourself in the eye and saying, you know, Christine, say your name. You are so amazing. You did this and this and this and this during the day. And I particularly appreciate that you were able to do that. And I appreciably admire that you do that. Tell yourself what you did today and tell yourself, I love you. I know that I love you, period. It's good. You can lay it on. You can say you're a champion, you're a wonderful person, you are a rock star. All of that's fabulous, but you have to affirm yourself daily. Affirm yourself and affirm what you're doing. And that piece will get you to confidence. When I started doing the mirror exercise, I thought in my head, this is so dumb. And I did it. I did it every night. And about the second week, I felt internally a shift in my emotions, a shift in what was my outlook. It's like confidence. It was confidence showing up. So affirm yourself and your progress and what you're doing on a daily basis. So in closing, what you want to do is pick one. Pick one and implement it. When you are starting to engage, to build, to add something to your toolbox, if you want to have the contagious confidence, these are the things that you can do to implement. Pick one and do it. When you have 6 things or 8 things or 20 things that someone gives you that these are what you need to have a beautiful life, it's overwhelming. So embrace you. How can I embrace me? I'm going to do that one. Just pick one of these and consciously implement it into your day. If receiving is a big piece for you, if you recognize that you don't ever receive compliments and accolades when they come to you, and you want to focus it, then, like, make yourself a note card, a post-it note, put it on your phone, so every time you open your phone, you see it, say, I receive my value, I receive compliments, I receive my accolades, something like that, so it becomes a part of you. But just pick one and put it into your life and do it daily. And then see what happens with your confidence over the next several weeks as you implement this. It's a process of growing. I know that there are pieces in here that highlight, that resonated with you. I would love to hear about what your takeaways were. Please let me know. And I want to invite you personally to the Blaze Transformation Retreat, which is coming up in September. The confidence piece is one teeny piece that we're going to be doing in 4 amazing, powerful days. And for those of you who want to, are ready to move your life, move your business to the next level, when you want to launch this, the Blaze Transformation Retreat is for you. It is going to be amazing. I have had so many people ask me, describe what you're going to do there. And what I tell you is that we're going to work through where you are at bringing yourself into the retreat. We're going to vision forward. And then we're going to come back and look at where are we right now and what do you need to take up? What do you need to release? What stories do we have to rewrite? And through these 4 days, through interactive exercises, conversations, group coaching, in a variety of ways, we're going to process from where we are to shift our thought patterns, to shift our heart, our soul, our confidence at a cellular level, so that when you walk out, you have a fresh perspective, you have a deep belief in you, your core elements, what's possible, and you have tools to be able to carry it forward when you get out the other side. On day 3, we're going to divide in the day into 3 sections, and everybody's going to rotate these 3 sections. One section is going to be a vision board workshop. One section is going to be a forging workshop. You are going to go to the forge of Master Smith Howard Clark, and you're going to make a trinket, make a hook, fire, hammer, tongs, which will be a talisman to take home, and it'll be an embodiment of everything we've done up until that point in the retreat. It's going to be amazing, exciting, fun, hands-on, and of course I'm going to be feeding you, but I encourage you to sign up. There's only 24 spots. Today is the 12th of August. The retreat's on the 22nd of September. If anything like this sounds enticing to you, please go check out the landing page. If you have questions, ask me. I would love to see you there. I'm Coach Christine Clark. My company is Sunglow Transformation. This is a Forging a Life production. And until next time, we'll see you later.